Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to another great webinar from High Flyer Digital, from myself, from our team. Here we're going to be talking all about AI for email and SMS, a master workshop, the ultimate 2024 webinar here to talk all about how to leverage AI and how to master the art of getting more clicks, conversions, and customers in half the time. We are now going live, LinkedIn, Facebook, I believe, YouTube, Instagram, new stream right here. So let me just confirm that we are live here and they will go, there we go. Then we are underway. Okay, let's get started. So this is a topic on everyone's mind. A lot of people need to learn all about AI. They need to learn about how to leverage it in the right way and how to make the most of it, not just kind of the leverage the most tools and tactics, but how to use AI in the right way, specifically for email and SMS, and making sure that it's done correctly to save you time while also making you a lot more revenue. And really, at the end of the day, help you build better customer relationships. So let's go and get started right now. So let me pull this up. A second here. Okay. Perfect. Our mission in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how the top 1% use AI and machine learning to increase clicks, conversions, and customers while reducing their manual workload drastically. If AI is not empowering you to make money in half the time, you're probably doing it wrong, right? And it's also very important to break free from these concepts and mindsets that say, let's just use AI for copywriting and just use it to write some better copy. That is 1% of the potential of AI and machine learning for your business. So definitely want to level way beyond that, those kind of entry-level tactics. By the end of this webinar, we're going to do the following. We're going to reimagine what AI means to your email and SMS marketing. I'm going to be talking predominantly about email side, just a little more visual, a little more tactical, but it also applies all to SMS. So I'm going to reimagine what AI means to you. We're going to unlock the best AI for your business, not the most. Like I said, AI could be a time sink. It could drain a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, and you'll just end up, sacrificing the time you were doing for creating your emails and creating your text messages, and we'll use all that time just to send, hack AI, right? That's not a good use of your time. So you want to use the best AI, not the most. And the third one, I'm going to show you how to build an AI-driven campaign from scratch, and it will allow you to 2x your revenue in minutes, 2x your revenue in minutes. And if you kind of follow the tactics step by step by step, you will easily be able to do the same thing for your business. I myself have done this at the top brands, and you can easily do it as well. If you stay to the end, I'm going to be giving out some goodies, right? I think this is a better sheet to kind of go through it. I'm going to go through it right now. I have a whole bunch of goodies to give you, some freebies that will help you level up your email and SMS program. My 10-figure email and SMS strategy right here. Again, 10 figures because I've run it out at the 9-figure brands, at the 10-figure brands myself, and I invite you to learn it. That's in our book right here, 330-page email and SMS playbook. You can also implement it using our Mach 10 email masterclass. Great strategies right there for both. So between the two, you'll be able to learn the strategy and implement it as well. And in there is also going to be some AI tips. You can go to emailmasterclass.com for some more information. But if you stay to the end, I'm going to give you all of this stuff for free because it's going to help you level up your program. And it also includes our new AI swipe and deploy prompts and strategies. So that's going to be included in this too. If you stay to the end, super excited to share with you how I'm going to give it to you. But that's not it. I'm also going to give you a killer offer that I think will really help your brand grow. It's helped our clients grow. It's helped them rethink how they think about email, especially with AI. I'm going to share with you my 10-figure email plan and my 10-figure SMS plan and a special offer that will really help you get to the next level in 2024. It's already helped multiple brands get to that next level within really a month and a half. So super excited to share that. A little about me, a little bit of background. Why am I talking about AI? Why am I qualified to say it? I was the VP of retention, managing the email and SMS programs for the top brands, for the top 9-figure brands and 10-figure brands. The author of the ultimate e-commerce email and SMS playbook, as I showed you before. I created a masterclass on email and SMS. I've sent over 1 billion emails annually, directly attributing $300 million in revenue. I've managed multi-million dollar and multi-million member email lists I was an award winner for best email performance at Blue Core Summit. I was lucky enough to beat out Sephora, Jockey, and I think it was Nike, definitely some other brands out there that you're pretty familiar with. I was able to beat them out as top email performance. I've been a guest speaker at eTel, PostFunnel, Optimove, eTel East, eTel West. I think eTel is around now. I was a guest speaker at them, and I was sharing my retention strategies, my tips, my ideas, what's worked for me with multiple brands. Worked with hundreds of brands in e-commerce stores, and really my main takeaway here is I've been on your side of the table, right? I know exactly how the top brands are running their program. I have hired and fired team members. I've been involved with planning, with failing, with testing, learning, struggling. I've been on your side of the table. I know exactly what you're going through, and I bring my insights to help you not do it wrong, do it better, and actually connect with the person behind the inbox. So that's a little bit about me. Super qualified to talk about it. And just in terms of AI, I've been using AI since about 2013. It may not be the AI we're familiar with now, the ChatGPT, but when you're at the top brands, you have a foot up on everyone else. You've already implemented some level of AI, machine learning, predictive, and I've been doing it for years. So it goes way beyond using it for copy, but we're gonna use that too. So a little bit about why I created this deck and this playbook and strategy, and really this workshop for you to start doing better. So I was swamped with work just like you were, okay? The brands I was controlling wanted to sell a ton more product. They wanted to get a lot more sales. Then they preferred to do that rather than personalizing the experiences. They didn't want to personalize. They didn't know how to personalize the customer experience to actually extract more revenue from every single customer. As a result, our campaigns we sent were just beautiful, but generic, right? You ever find that great email campaign you just love looking at, and it's really fantastic to admire, but they weren't getting clicks, they weren't getting conversions, they were just good looking campaigns, right? That's not enough, right? And we were only as good as our last sent. You ever feel like, look at the numbers and say, wow, we did really well yesterday because the campaign did really well. Now what do we do next? Like, what next? There wasn't some consistent strategy that allowed us to scale our program month after month after month while reducing the workload and increasing conversion. So we were sending 7 to 10 emails a week. That's part of my team right down there at the very bottom, which drove a ton of money, ton of revenue, but it tanked our list. We paid Peter, I think it was it called? It's rob Peter to pay Paul, right? We drove a ton of money, but we sacrificed the relationship we had on our list. So the next week or next month or next year, we couldn't duplicate it. It was just unduplicatable. And I had an epiphany right there. I'm going to put this on mute 1 second here. We had an epiphany at the time, which was, how do we refocus our energies on scaling this, right? So we refocused our potential on AI to save time and personalize on a one-to-one level using artificial intelligence. And the key to scalability is using AI, machine learning, and most importantly, a mindset shift. That's going to be one of the key drivers. You need to change your mindset. You need to rethink everything you thought you knew about email and SMS. And that's kind of where my mindset had to change too. And I learned to train myself and my team and the agencies I hired and the people I hired to rethink it. And now some of our clients are growing by 300% because of that mindset shift. As a result of that change, right, those 3 pillars of change, we grew one email program from 45 million to 75 million in 8 months. We grew another one from 6% of revenue, really from $6 million to $30 million in 1 year, all while sending fewer emails and texts, fewer volume, less sending, better sales, right? That comes down to better personalization, right? More clicks, more conversions, all thanks to AI. AI has really helped us level up that program. Since then, I work with 7-figure all the way to 10-figure brands on their email, SMS, and retention strategies, bringing the tactics I've built, tested, refined, failed, proven out at the top brands, bring it to you guys. So that's my story right here. I've been on your side of the table. I was swamped with work, and I needed to find a way to work smarter, not harder. A little bit about High Flyer Digital, our agency. I'm not going to dive into our agency too much, but this is part of the mindset shift your brain needs to have, right? Anyone could send an email. Anyone could send a text. Anyone, right? My 5-year-old could send an email. They probably do right now. What really matters is building a better customer relationship with the person behind the inbox. That's what we do. That's the differentiator, right? We help brands build better customer relationships, and those relationships unlock more revenue and profits. We do that by segmenting and personalizing every message we send on a one-to-one level with the person behind the inbox, behind the phone. How do we do that? We leverage the most intimate form of communication, email and SMS. And our mission is to help the small yet scaling e-commerce brand actually level the playing field with the top 1% by sharing their retention strategies with your brand. Okay. The more you know about the potential, about what the top guys are doing, the better off you'll be because you know where you need to go, right? You don't want to be where you're at right now and trickle year after year, slowly trickle a little bit more, a little bit more, a little more. You want to jump out in front of the pack. And that's what we bring to you. The outcome is, as we just checked our numbers for all our clients, the average return is about 300% ROI return on their email and SMS channel because they're creating profitable, predictable, sustainable revenue streams from their customers because they have a better customer relationship. That's the magic behind it. So that's a little bit about High Flyer Digital. Let's jump right in, okay? Let's talk about AI for email marketing. What is it? What are we talking about here? AI, right? AI. Everyone's talking about AI and automatically they gravitate to the idea of ChatGPT, right? But what is AI for email and SMS and why should we care about it? Why is it critical for us to examine it right now? So let's dive into the definition of AI based on, again, most of my decks are based on market research. Let's dive into what Harvard Business Review says, right? They're a lot smarter than me. So Harvard Business Review identifies 4 types of AI for e-commerce brands that are really relevant and impactful for e-commerce brands. So number 1, standalone automation apps. This is basic chatbots, abandoned bots, right? Integrated automation tasks, the tasks that you find like in the back end of your system, CRM tasks, email automation systems, things like that. That's all messenger related and kind of helps with the dialogue communication between your technologies. That's the standalone automation tasks. Then there's another form of AI called standalone machine learning apps. These are things such as like, great example, facial recognition by Warby Parker. You have the 3D layout of your room from Wayfair, Olay Skin Advisor. These are some really cool advanced machine learning apps, probably unapproachable for most brands. No one's going to develop this whole app unless you're, again, the top brands. Next are integrated machine learning apps. This is where we have predictive and product recommendations and programmatic. These are a little bit more approachable because you find this everywhere, right? You'll find it on your website, you'll find it in your Shopify store, you'll find it on your email program, and it allows you to create different algorithms that are talking to the customer and more recommendations. And then the last one is more programmatic, where you can have a little bit more of a little more, is it the programmatic one? Well, it's bigger apps. It's actually creating a full app that allows you to, I'm sorry, it was integrated task automation apps where you have inbound customer call routing, standalone tasks, then standalone actual apps that like that Olay Skin Advisor and Wayfair's 3D picture of the room. And the cool thing about that is like, that's great to have, but not every brand is able to approach that level. Harvard Business Review said to focus on integrated machine learning to maximize your results. So when you're thinking about AI, don't just think about ChatGPT, think about machine learning. How are you learning from your customers at scale so you can actually adapt to what they're telling you, adapt to what they're sharing with you from their view history, browsing history, purchase history, and use the algorithm to define the next step for them and what will personalize that relationship. So machine learning is probably the best form of AI for e-commerce brands right now. That's what we're going to dive into, and that's how we're going to focus a lot of our webinar on because there's a lot of opportunity there for you. So how do you use it? How do you use machine learning? And why is it important, right? AI is super critical right now. So the question number 1 is how do we use it? And how I'm going to share with you on the webinar how we do it. But here's why it's super critical for you to actually take advantage of it right now. According to the Forrester AI study report, 88% of marketers believe they must implement AI to stay competitive. And it's very true. If you're not using AI at the level it's supposed to be used, you will be left behind this year, right? 100% last year, everyone's still trying it out, seeing what capabilities they are, AI this, AI that. Everyone's building applications on top of ChatGPT. So you need to understand how to stay competitive. Otherwise, you will be left behind. 50% of them actually adopted AI inadequately, and it's holding them back, right? Again, this is part of where you're thinking, oh, we just have ChatGPT and we're good. Not enough. You need to actually level up your entire mindset and your entire program around it. But when you do, 41% of brands saw a revenue increase using AI tools, and they actually saw a 10% to 30% lift in revenue from dynamic recommendations. The reason for that, it's not about what you sell, right? A lot of emails that we have in our inbox are all focused on talking at customers. Here's what we sell. Here's what we want you to buy, instead of listening to what customers want to buy. And recommendations and machine learning actually shows what customers want to buy. And 49% of brands won't scale if they don't use AI, and they'll operate inefficiently. So not only will you make money using AI, you actually will operate more efficiently, right? Work smarter, not harder. 80-20 rule, Pareto principle. You'll be able to refocus your energies on your best customers and personalize a relationship with them even better using AI and at scale. That's the cool thing. So now the next question is, well, what is the best AI to use? Right? So now we have two questions, right? How do we use it? And what is the best AI we should be using for our email and SMS program right here? Before I dive into it, I want to kind of give you an idea about the potential of it and how to think about it from the email and SMS side. So you could start thinking about it, for your brand and how this would apply to you going forward. So it's not just this big esoteric term and tactics. I want to think about strategy, right? So here's a great example of a brand right here that this brand was sending, it's an 8-figure brand. This brand was sending nicely designed but unpersonalized emails. And this is, again, probably about 70% of brands are doing the exact same thing. Nicely designed emails, looks great to them. They love seeing their inbox, but it's totally unpersonalized. You're just a designer. Pretty much anyone who sends it is just really into design. And they love seeing their design, frame it on the wall. But it's unpersonalized to the user, which is why the clicks are low. And it also is a one-size-fits-all approach. It's segmentation. Maybe you're doing segmentation, but it had no personalization. And segmentation without personalization is simply meaningless. It's pointless. It doesn't work. You're not going to unlock the revenue, right? You got to have both in order to really make it efficient. So this brand right here, let's take email number one as an example. Their first email they sent out was a 48-hour sale, 50% off deal. It had a 36% open rate, a very modest click rate of 1.4%, and it made about $15,000 in revenue. Sounds like your typical email, right? Email number two, you can see right here on the other side, what size filter should you carry? This is a content informative email, 38% open rate, 0.6% click-through rate, and it made about $8,000 in revenue. Okay, not bad. It's okay, but there's a lot more potential when you add in personalization. And using AI, we can personalize at a higher level than just doing it ourselves. So let's take an example. Now that we know what that baseline for their campaigns were, let's take an example of using AI to personalize a lot better. When we focus on what the customer wants to buy and not what we want to sell, we'll build a better relationship and they will convert higher. They will convert more and buy more because they see more of what they want, not what I want to sell. Big mindset shift. So we utilize machine learning. We decided to design a generic basic email, travel picks, right? These are items were picked for you, totally related to the travel. Go out and create something with these picks. It was a photo and video brand, consumer electronics. We utilize machine learning to personalize every email on a one-to-one level. And when you have segmentation and personalization, it also allows you to focus less on copy, less on design, less on long, great, glorious-looking email designs that don't get clicks or conversions. And we focus on segmentation and personalization using the dynamic recommendations powered by AI, okay? And you could see in the email right here, they had different tiers of recommendation algorithms, right? Different ones were picks for you, personalized to you. One was new popular bestsellers right now. One was focused on a certain category that we think the customer would like. Another one was focused on gear and apparel. The result was 2,200 clicks, which was 3.5 times the normal click rate, 3.5 times clicks, 32,000 in revenue, which is 2 times their normal rate. Remember, their email that they gave a discount on, right? That 45% off flash sale, we doubled the revenue and no discount. There was zero margin reduction, right? Which meant more profits for the brand, right? So using AI, we powered a huge amount of clicks and double the conversions through one campaign, right? Zero margin reduction, all profits. Using segmentation and AI personalization, we rolled it out to our segments right here. 40% open rate, which is 20% higher than average. 2,200 clicks, which is 3.5 times the average. and $30,000 in revenue, which is 2 times the average, all because we leveraged machine learning and AI personalization to build a better relationship with the person behind the inbox. That's the magic of AI, right? Before, you're designing this gorgeous email, spending a lot of time on your copy, a lot of time on your design, a lot of time on your, I don't know what you're spending a lot of time on, but using AI, you save your time, reduce your workload, and you've actually sent a better email. That's an example of the power of AI. Clear case study, 8-figure brand, doing it really well. So now that you know where you potentially could be, and maybe you're picturing your brand right now as saying like, wow, this is probably where I should be going. Let's figure out what our KPIs are for this webinar and what our goals are so we can know where do we want to be? What do we want to use AI for? That's very important because a lot of times AI experts will tell you, use AI to save time, right? Or use AI to do this faster. And that's a very important KPI. But for email and SMS, we want to use it for real, actionable, tactical metrics. Okay. Number one, we want to increase the click rate. That's number one. That's where we're using AI here. We want to increase the click rate, better qualified clicks, more traffic to the site that has a higher propensity to convert. In addition, we want to increase conversion. We want to get the customer back to the highest converting destination, not the most places for them to buy, but the best place so they convert faster. So we want to increase click rate, increase conversion rate. We want to enhance personalization so you can connect with customers on a one-to-one level. If you're not connecting with a customer on a one-to-one level, it's a missed opportunity. They don't want to hear from you unless you're connecting with them. Number 4, you want to be customer-centric and put the customer at the center of your marketing. Remember, less talking at your customers, more building a relationship with your customers. It's a two-way street, specifically with SMS too, but definitely with email, you could do that. And fifth, you want to be able to be scalable. You want to be able to focus on using AI, not just for copywriting. No, that's not enough. You want to use AI across every single part of your email and SMS program so you can scale it and go to the next level. Focus on automating and strategy. So that's our KPIs for our AI for email and SMS webinar. 5 KPIs: increase clicks, increase conversions, enhance personalization, be customer-centric, and be scalable. That's how we know that this is going to work for us. So let's start jumping into the first 3 prerequisites of leveraging AI for your email and SMS program, okay? The biggest ones are a mindset shift. I'm going to show you exactly how to kind of start thinking a little bit deeper. This is all from my proven experience as a $1 billion email marketer. I've sent over a billion emails. I've generated hundreds and hundreds of million dollars every year for our clients, for the brands, for the people we work with. And it's been great. And it all comes down to a mindset shift. So let's start with number 1, shift your email mindset. That is the biggest prerequisite. I want you to break free from just thinking about campaigns, break free from thinking about designed emails, and start thinking deeper, right? First step is customer-centric above all. You need to think to yourself, am I putting the customer at the center of everything I'm doing? Okay, if you're not, that's a missed opportunity because the people sign up for your list because they think you can help them. And if you are not helping them and not being intentional about your marketing, they won't stay. So you need to be customer-centric above all. Number 2, you need to make sure AI and really anything you do allows you to work smarter, not harder. If my tactics and strategies mean you have to work twice as hard or 3 times as hard, what good is the strategy, right? You want to be able to work smart, not hard. And this mindset shift will help you, right? So if you're on the mindset shift of saying, if your mindset is, I want to be able to be more efficient in my time, this is going to help you. You also need to focus on the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of your effort 20% of your effort leads to 80% of the results. If you're focused on the nitty-gritty that's not moving the needle, that's inefficient. You're wasting time and you shouldn't. Great example of that, right? If you have a 1 million member email list, most likely only 10% or 20% of that list is actually engaged with you, right? So focus your energy on these guys. You also sometimes want to focus on the rest to kind of get them to engage, but majority of your revenue, majority of their impact will happen with that 20%. So focus all you can on that. Get them to convert more, click more, open more, right? And that's really where you find the best efficient use of your time. So really take that mindset into account. Say, I want to focus on the 80-20 rule and get more out of my existing customers. And that's the power of email SMS. You have customers there. And the 4th mindset shift here you need to know is that every relationship starts with a click. You can't send an email that looks great in the inbox that you expect people to open if they're not getting clicks. If they're not getting clicks, the data exchange isn't happening. A click is pretty much the indicator of a relationship. Like, they raise their hand and say, yes, what you sent me was intriguing. I'm interested. I want to hear more. And they clicked. And every relationship starts with it. Look at all these books right here that show how to click with people, 4 ways to click, relationships click, right? That's all. It's common knowledge, right? You just know that focusing on the click is where the magic starts, where the data exchange happens. Google, Facebook base their entire advertising revenue on the click, pay per click, because that's where the data exchange happens. That's where the relationship starts. So focus everything you're doing on the click. If your designs and your emails and your SMS are not getting clicks right now, you need to re-examine everything you're doing, because you're wasting time, you're not doing email correctly, and you're going to actually have a lot of customers who are churning. So 4 mindset shifts you need to have. Customer centrism, work smart, not hard, 80-20 rule. Every relationship starts with a click. After you get your mindset done, what you want to do next, set your strategy, right? You guys know my 10-figure strategy. I've preached it for years by now. Okay. SPAM, tongue in cheek, stands for spam. It's not spam. It actually stands for segmentation, personalization, automation, multiplication. Okay. 4 key pillars. If you do those pillars correctly, you will have a super high performing email program that will grow by 300%. Segmentation, find the right person, send the right message at the right time in their buying cycle, and repeat and scale this consistently. That's how you grow your email program to the next level. 4 key pillars. If you don't have a strategy in place and you're just stuck in day-to-day campaigns and running the same out-of-the-box flows, you will not get to the next level without these 4 pillars. And these 4 pillars need to go hand in hand. I just got off an audit with a brand that was doing a ton of segmentation, but segmentation without personalization is useless, which is why they weren't personalizing the emails to every single segment, which is why their click rate was way down. You change that personalization, your click rate will go way up. But it's not enough to do that. You need to break free of the day-to-day and go to automation. Automate the top performing campaigns and you'll free up your time. And then multiply those automations consistently to scale from there. So you need our 4-pronged 10-figure strategy here will help you set the tone for your email program now that you got your mindset shift. And then finally, you will be able now to work from top down, right? Using our high flyer strategy, you'll be able to start thinking to yourself, okay, how do I work from the top down, not from the bottom up? I want to focus on the AI strategy here. I want to have the mindset shift, and then I have segmentation. I want to have using AI to find the best segments for my email. Then I want to use AI to personalize the email one-to-one level. Then I want to use AI to automate the campaigns more effectively. Then I want to use AI to multiply those automations for different goals, cohorts, segments, you name it. And you can, as long as you have that mindset shift. So 3 or 4 areas you need to focus on to get that mindset shift going before you start implementing this 10-figure AI strategy. So let's jump right in, right? This is going to be secrets on the 1%. I'm going to give you 9 AI strategies that will double your revenue pretty much in half the time. And if you do it correctly and do them all in tandem, you will see massive impact to your bottom line. Okay. But again, you can't just think about AI as ChatGPT. You need to think deeper than that. And you can. You just have to think beyond what you've thought before. So let's jump right in. Step number 1. Okay. You can use AI to create an AI avatar. Okay. I have looked at, I would say about 50 brands that do not have a customer avatar for their email and SMS strategy. They don't know who they're talking to. They don't know who is on their list. Okay. You can create a customer avatar and know who your campaigns are talking to, know who you're messaging, and you can create multiple avatars for your business using AI. This was crafted using ChatGPT, and it helps create a clear picture of your customer. And if you know who you're talking to, who is behind the inbox, you can connect with them a lot better. Like I said, most brands don't have this, but you should. This literally will take you about 5 to 10 minutes to create using ChatGPT. Before AI, you were winging it or guessing or kind of saying, you know what, this email will fit everyone. I have a brand out there that we work with that said, you know what, I think our emails are talking to this person right here, but I would like to also target this type of persona right here. So maybe in the next email, we can dedicate entirely to talking to that persona. Well, that persona maybe was only 10% of their list. What are you doing with the other 90% of your list? Who are you talking to? What's your message there? Right? So you are missing out on an opportunity without this AI avatar. So it's also not theories, right? You're actually looking at the data and saying, this is who I'm trying to talk to. AI is going to generate for you. You can tweak it from there, but this will give you a great starting point. Because if you don't have a starting point, your email team is just assuming, and they're going to send an email based on their thinking. And that's an imperfect way of thinking. You need to have a clear definition of who is at the end of that inbox. Otherwise, you're just stuck in selling mode. You're just going to sell. Let's try and get them to buy something. Just sell. And you're not going to connect when you should be connecting with the person behind the inbox. And worse, on top of that, you don't have time for testing. What will happen is you're going to send campaign after campaign. It's going to fall flat. I need money. Sell more, send more. You never break free, and you certainly won't have time to test and figure out what works best. Creating a customer avatar using AI will allow you to understand your customer a lot better. After using AI, you can have 3 to 5 customer avatars for your brand. I found anywhere between 3 and 5 is all you need. You'll have clear demographic data, clear psychographic personas that you can target. I want to walk you through one here. Dreams, goals, and fears. We'll get them to buy. We'll get them to click. We'll get them to open. You can even create optimal tones of voice for every single avatar, 10 to 20 tone of voice that you can tap into, 10 to 20 sample subject lines and preview text for that persona, 10 to 20 sample email copy for every single persona. I built this out for a brand right here. This is a brand that we onboarded a while ago, and they are doing great because we understand who we're talking to. And every product or every category of products can talk to that specific avatar. Here's an example. And again, if you stay to the end and you follow the steps, you will be able to get this exact prompt. It should take you about 5 to 10 minutes. Get this same exact prompt from me, and then you will be able to implement it for yourself. You could see, it may be a little small here, but you'll see it very clearly. Client avatars. We have 3 avatars for this brand right here. What are their age? What's their background? What's their lifestyle? What are their motivations? What are their demographics? What are their frustrations and fears? What are their wants and aspirations? What are their key purchase drivers? And then after we know all that, we ask ChatGPT, create hooks, create subject lines, sample email copy, give me preview text, give me SMS, and it creates it for you, all done for you, okay? And then at the end of the day, you have now a full avatar for your products, for your emails. So the next email you send, you say, okay, who are we targeting? We're targeting Wellness Wendy, or maybe we're targeting holistic, you can't read it too well, but maybe we're targeting holistic Hannah in this email. And that's a whole different form of talking and communicating and pitch. That's what we want to achieve. So you can use AI to create that customer avatar. Highly recommend you start there. And this is the first starting point. Because if you're creating emails, you know who you're talking to, you're going to fail already. So start with a customer avatar. Again, I will share with you how to do it. Step number 2, you can use one piece of content and create 7 campaign pieces from that one single piece of content. Now, why is this important? Well, you could save time by using AI to write it for you. Why would you kind of like implement a copy that hasn't been versioned out across the board? You want to have one piece of copy, one idea, and then create multiple little deliverables from that one idea. Here's an example right here. You can see one for our beauty brand. Collagen face cream is a secret weapon to stave off signs of aging. We talk about the product, what it does, why it's important, the outcomes and benefits. And then you add in tone of voice. We're using Jasper. I think this is Jasper or Jarvis here. We're using the kind of tone of voice of the copy, who we're talking about, what's the product right here. And using that one piece of content will generate 7 variations that we need for our campaigns. Before you were doing this with AI, before AI came along, you were probably much waiting for a copywriter, and that led to increased bottlenecks while waiting for the copywriter to get something done. And it was a theory still, right? You didn't necessarily have a testing plan, and you're waiting. And sometimes it just got to a point where your email team just needed to get something out the door. You need to just shoot it out the door and check that box, and they're winging it. And again, you get to the mindset of selling instead of helping. You have to sell. It's a last minute rush. But now after AI, you can take one concept idea, targeting that customer avatar, generate multiple campaign copies, reduce your bottlenecks, use wisdom of the crowd because AI is pulling in wisdom from brands similar to yours or personas or data similar to yours. And you can focus more of your energies instead of creating copy or creating specific deliverables, focus on testing and strategy. Here's a great example. As I said before, here's the copy collagen face cream, right? So we asked Jasper to run this for us. We generated it instantly. They came out with this great output, right? So we had 3 or 4 different outputs that we can cherry pick from. So what did our team do? We cherry picked with subject line from this. We cherry picked another subject line from another one of their paragraphs. We pulled the preview text from another one of their copies. We pulled in value props for our email copy, another subject line for our email copy. And then we took some of these also and pieced them together for SMS copy, right? You can see our new collagen face cream is officially your new secret weapon to stave off signs of aging without breaking the bank. See it in action, right? So with one idea, one copywriter idea, one campaign idea, we created 7 pieces for our email that we needed. Subject line, preview text, SMS, value propositions, and email copy. All with probably took about 2 minutes to generate, maybe even less. Reduce your bottlenecks, get your copy and campaign pieces all done instantly using AI. Again, we're still scratching the surface. We're only focused on building the campaign first, right? You're going to see exactly the output at the end of this webinar, how to create your own campaign. But we're starting with the first ones first. Who are we talking to? What is our copy? And now we just generated 7 pieces of copy and campaign pieces for our email. Third tactic, right? We talked about the copywriting, but we need to go beyond that sometimes, right? Because we have that avatar. We talked about someone like Wellness Wendy, someone who's interested in wellness, or someone who's interested in sports or enthusiasm, or someone who's a beauty brand, wants to look confident, things like that. So now you can use AI to generate more emotional-based subject lines, emotional-based copy, right? Before, you use basic copywriting. What will help them to see the feature benefit outcome for your products? But now we want to add in some level of emotion into it and say, what are we trying to do here? Are we trying to get them to shop early because they felt like they've achieved something? Are we trying to do urgency? Are we trying to do newness, celebration? What emotion do we want to evoke from what we're doing? And I've tested this out. You can see me down there. That's me doing a case study for Persado, who does this the best in show. They're the best in the game at it. I've seen a 25% uplift on emotional-based copy and subject lines versus not using emotion. And I've tested it on the 9-figure brands, and it works. If you add the right emotion, that works better, right? I'll give an example. Let's say I have my VIP customers, my best customers out there, and I want to speak to them in a way that's not salesy because they're my best customers. I want to treat them like exclusivity or loyal and feel like they're appreciated, right? And so I need to have that tone of voice for them. But then I have other customers on my list or other people on my list who aren't even opening emails or barely doing anything. So for that audience, I need a different emotion, right? I need to focus on urgency, scarcity, something that will help them kind of get to a different level. So before AI, you were using basic copywriting and it was generated from a one-person perspective, right? After AI, we can have many different emotions that will connect to every single segment: gratitude, achievement, celebration, exclusivity, scarcity, curiosity, on and on and on. And that's easy to test now, right? With one segment, you can send out 4 or 5 different subject lines, see how they do. Run it out over 8 times, see which emotion works better for that segment. So here's another example of exactly how we did in ChatGPT, right? Generate 9 different emotional subject line versions for the subject line, right? And it will rewrite it for you based on the emotion. So we use new arrivals for summer just came in. I asked them to rewrite it with these 9 or 10 emotions, and they wrote 9 different emotional subject line versions for me, all using AI. Very simple to do, right? Again, you're starting with your avatar, you're getting your copyright, you're getting your campaign, details correct, your deliverables, and then it's all done for you using AI. This is all in the copy, context, content side, right? Okay, easy to do. This is more the things you learn about from like other people who are geeking out over ChatGPT. This is the easy baseline entry-level things. Next, let's get deeper now, right? This is where it gets to get a lot more strategic. Now we can create affinity groups using AI. And the whole point of affinity groups is to reach the best customers, not the most customers, okay? We dealt with the copy stuff. We dealt with the content stuff. Easy. Now we're going to go into the segmentation side, right? Using AI, we can reach the best customers, not the most, and we can find incremental audiences that we may never have activated before, right? RFM modeling, recency frequency monitoring modeling, like for segmentation, plus AI predictive segments creates a really strong affinity group for email. What's an example of predictive, right? Predictive options. Who's likely to open the next email you send? Who's likely to unsubscribe? Who's likely to convert? That's all based on AI and machine learning analyzing this customer's actions. Have they clicked an email in the past 30 days? Have they opened an email in the past 10 days? Have they been on the website in the last 2 hours, right? All these data points are coming into the algorithm and popping out these affinity segments, these predictive segments for you. That's valuable. That's using machine learning to create different segments that you may not have found up before. Most brands, I've seen hundreds of brands don't break free into predictive. They're all focused on engaged last 30 days or engaged last 15 days. Very basic out-of-the-box segmentation. That's not enough. You want to find people who you may never have found before. And the cool part is you can do historical data, purchase data. You can do recency data, such as who's been on your site, who's clicked, who's opened, and then layer in predictive data on top of all those. And that means who is likely to open, who's likely to click, who's likely to unsubscribe. And see that ABC right in the middle? You have that one segment that has 3 overlapping traits. Imagine how great your email program could run if you zero in on that segment that you never knew about before. Huge. Before AI, you were looking at just historical, right? Who's bought in the past? Who's engaged in the past, right? It's all about the past. Sometimes you layer in recency, such as engagement data, and you're sending out a non-dynamic email. And you sometimes group the segments all into one email blast. So really, AI allows you to think forward, right? It's no longer about the past, or it's no longer about the present. It's also about the future, past, present, and future using AI, because that is the power of AI predictions, machine learning predictions right here. Now you have highly segmented emails. Now you've reduced your send volume because you're sending to the best segment, not the most segments, and you've had higher clicks and conversions from this email. Lower volume, higher clicks, higher conversions, less time. That's the beauty of how to rethink your segmentation here, right? First step, we did the copy, content, found the right customer, all part of our C4 playbook, which was a whole separate webinar. We found that copy side. Now we're focused on the segmentation side, and we just found some incremental audiences using AI you may never have found before. Lower send volume, better email sent out, higher clicks and conversions. Here's how to use that affinity groups, all these predictive segments into your segmentation. Here's how to roll it out. So I'll give a use case from another brand we work with. Okay, they were promoting a $5,000 mountain bike from ABC brand. Let's call it ABC. It just arrived, new arrival. So using RFM modeling and AI predictive, we want to create a strong affinity group for this email. Who is the best segment to send this email? Now, before, most people would say like, well, it's a mountain bike. Let's send it out to all mountain bike buyers. Okay, let's send it out to maybe everyone who spent over $5,000. All right, that's good too. Let's send it out to our engaged segment, right? Okay. All said and done, you're ended up sending it to the full batch and blast audience, right? You're sending out to 100,000, 200,000 people. Okay. You're going to, by a brute force attack, by your batch and blast approach, yes, you'll make some money, but you're going to spend a lot of money to get there, right? You're spending a lot of money on Klaviyo, launching this huge email. You may not need to. That was before AI. After AI, well, now we can create a really cool segment here, right? Let's take an example. Who's got an affinity, an interest in the brand ABC? Who's got an affinity for mountain bikes? Let's find people who browsed or viewed mountain bikes. That's another segment. Let's see people who are predicted to buy in the next 30 days or predicted to convert now in the next week. Then we could do it deeper. Let's find someone who's predicted that they only want to buy products that are on discount versus people who don't mind buying products at full price. Another great segment, right? Why am I sending to discount buyers if it's a full price bite? And then at the end of all that, then we could send to engaged. Then we could send to a bigger audience. But now we have 4 or 5 segments that we didn't find before using AI and machine learning. And most likely, I've tested this multiple times, most likely, those top 3 or 4 segments that you just found will outperform your entire rest of the list. Okay. 80-20, you're focusing on sending your campaign to the best population, not the most. On top of it, you can also suppress people who are predicted to unsubscribe, thereby reducing your unsubscribe rate too. This is how you use the affinity and predictive segments in your segmentation going forward. So now we dealt with the copy, we dealt with the content, we dealt with the customer, who we're targeting, we dealt with the segmentation. Now we're going to start diving into the actual meat and potatoes of the email to get the click rates up. Dynamic recommendations, right? This is something a little more easier for everyone to understand. 75% of customers are more likely to buy from recommendations. Fact, this is Statista right here. So why does it work? It helps focus your email on what customers want to buy, not what you want to sell. You have some great emails right here. Wayfair does it well. Cult Beauty, Sephora, Home Depot, Lowe's, a ton of brands are doing it this way. Dynamic always beats static because, again, it shows what a customer wants to buy, not what you want to sell. Before AI, I've seen brands handpick products, right? They've merchandised their own email and say, you know what, I think this will work, I think so. Let's try it out, guesswork. And they have a one-size-fits-all approach. They send it out to everyone, all these products for every single person, no matter if you did not buy before, no matter if you are the biggest buyer of all time, right? Same thing to everyone. Terrible, which leads to low click rate and low conversion rate because it's not personalized to the user. After AI, dynamic products on a one-to-one level. Products you think you will love are shown first. Products we think you will want to buy are shown first. Multiple algorithms are driving this. One-to-one personalized emails then exist. That's what happens, right? This is an example here. I got this Wayfair email, right? It showed glam rugs. It showed rugs. I was browsing rugs in my daughter's room, and it showed me my first category from their email, best of the best, according to you, rugs. What do you think I'm going to click on? I'm going to click on rugs because that's what I was looking at. Perfect email. And these type of emails reduce bottlenecks, right? No more reliant on massive designs or designers to spend a ton of time agonizing over this gorgeous looking email. This gets the email out the door in 1/4 of the time and converts twice as good. What's not to love? Increased testing and strategy exists from this because you can have a lot more emails to test and better data to coming in, and it leads to higher conversions. And best of all, they're going to PDP, product detail page, which allows you to convert better. Here's an example here comparing one email to the other, right? I'm signed up for both lists. I was browsing on both lists. What campaign did I get? Well, from Beyond Yoga, I got this design here that says green and everything's green, and this is what we're selling, green products. Okay. But that's not what I was looking at. That's not what I was browsing. That's not what I was shopping, right? I was not looking at green. So why would I get an email about green if I'm not in that mindset or buying mode of green products? But I did look at Aloe Yoga, and I was looking at their products, and Aloe Yoga sent me a totally dynamic recommendation email, very generic copy on the top, but it's personalized to me. The propensity for me to click and buy from that email, much higher because it's personalized to what I was looking at. Aloe Yoga is doing it right. Beyond Yoga probably could improve their program by focusing on what I myself am looking at, not what they want to sell. Next tactic, right? Once again, a little bit more on the segmentation side, but now we're going beyond the campaign level. Identify customer life cycles. You can use AI to improve retention by predicting churn, okay, and keep customers from leaving. It's not enough to just win back your customers who are churning. It's more important for you to predict when they will churn so you prevent them from leaving in the first place. AI allows you to inform those automations to make sure you hit that right market before they leave. That's the most important part. Everyone talks about win back or reactivation or re-engagement. Why don't we start with figuring out when they have a propensity to leave? That's a better use of our time, right? The more data you know about, it allows you to send better campaigns, right, in advance before that happens, right? Great example. You see the visual at the top. You have a one-time customer, and instead of saying lapsed customer, where you're trying to reactivate them, why don't we focus on at risk? They have a risk of lapsing. They have a risk of churning. Let's focus our energies on the at-risk customer before they're gone, because it's a lot harder to win them back. So before AI, you didn't focus on retention, right? Because you couldn't predict who's a high value customer. You couldn't predict who's at risk of churning. You couldn't predict who doesn't want to be, who's going to unsubscribe, right? So instead, you just kind of try to win them back. Inefficient. Now, using AI, you can predict risk of churn, who's predicted for high lifetime value, who's predicted to spend a lot more with us, who are we predicted to win back. And then on top of that, you can also use AI to predict send time optimization to layer it into. You can see the churn rate on some of your brands and some of the industries right here so high. You know how valuable it will be to win your customers before they churn and prevent them from churning. A lot more valuable, right? Beauty and fitness, 62% churn rate. Imagine you prevent them from churning in the first place. It'll be huge for your business. Part of this, again, you can do the same thing right here. You see our predictive buyers right here, 2-time all, 3-time prediction, people who place orders over 2 times. And they have you can see how we built the segment, people who have bought an item, but we have a prediction here that says we're predicting that they're going to actually buy more than what they bought. That's a great segment to have, right? If we know that a customer is on our list and they should be buying more because of their past purchases, because of what they bought, or people like them who bought these also may buy that or may spend more, that's valuable. You can send an email dedicated to getting them to buy more because the data is telling us that they are predicted to do more. And these are the type of emails you send out, personalized to them. Here's one from my daughter at the very bottom. Sephora, this is Suri's progress track. Hey, you placed one order, you have this many rewards, you have this many products, and they know that she should be buying more. And most likely she probably will. She should be buying more. So they're sending this progress check to say, hey, why don't you keep going, right? You should be buying more. You're almost at VAP level. They couldn't send that email unless they had the predictive data to fuel their strategy, okay? That's the most important part. That's how you would use AI to identify customer life cycles. Next strategy here, okay? We're getting into a ton of strategies, right? This is all now based on the personalization side. Kinetic open time emails. This is a great use of AI. AI can also power the type of banners and creatives that go into your email, okay? And the beauty of it, it keeps your emails fresh with open time, real-time content. I'm going to show you an example of this from Best Buy, but take an example here of a banner right here, the rewards banner, right? Actually, not a rewards banner. Let's take an example of a product, right? If I am selling a product for men and women, right? With one click of an email, you can send an email and automatically AI will allow you to swap a visual, a creative for men, targeting just the men, and the women will see a creative that's really resonates with women. That's the cool part of AI. You can use open time content to say who is opening the email. Is this a man or a woman? Show them a creative that allows to get more clicks and conversions. Swap banners in and out. You can add smart banners as well. Great application of that is the weather. Let's say you have a store, actual brick and mortar store. We have clients that have actual stores in California, Colorado, you name it. Let's say you send an email out and you say, come to our store. Well, what's the weather? You can use AI to say, show me the weather in the place that this person opened the email, and it will show the weather for that location, saying, okay, come to the store. It's great weather today. It's worth a bike ride, worth a trip. There you go. Or it's bad weather, not worth a trip. Okay. Or it's perfect time to get a new coat because it's cold weather today. This is a great application of it. Use AI to add smart banners to your emails. And there's tons of applications for this. Before AI, you were doing a one size fits all design, right? One for everyone. Boom, sending it out, batch blast. And the experience ended after they opened the email. Now, well, that leads to limited personalization. Now, after AI, you can use dynamic options, show different creatives for different people. It's fresh content with every open. It improves your clicks and conversions and extends the life of the email in the inbox. There's some tools that do this really well. Kick Dynamic, Zembula, Fresh Inbox, Rebel Mail. These are some of the apps and tools you can actually leverage. Some of them are expensive. I'll be honest with you. It's kind of could be up there and some not. So try that out. I'll give a quick example of how Best Buy uses kinetic emails right here. They have a Memorial Day sale. This is from, I think, last year. Their Memorial Day sale said ends Monday. That was the first email I got. Okay. I checked that email a few days later, wanted to see maybe it's time I could still shop the Memorial Day sale. on top of my inbox right there, it said the sale has ended, but other great deals are here. What do they do? This was an open time content email. So I opened it let's say on a Sunday, sale was going on. By a Friday, I opened it again, the sale ended. They automatically, their tool, their AI added the top banner right there that said it ended. And on top of that, it also changed the link for the creative. So I didn't go back to the Memorial Day sale, go back to a dead link that wouldn't do anything. It actually directed me back to the specials page, right? That's the power of AI. It extends the life of this email. If I had gotten this email and saw Memorial Day sale, that's a waste. I would just not even click. I'd be like, oh, it's over. I can't even use it. Now I can. Now it extends the life of your email program. It extends the life of your email in their inbox. That's kinetic and open time emails. Here's another great example of the use of AI similar to the one before, dynamic designs, right? Where you show, like we said before, different designs for each type of user. And you can create different clicks and conversions using CRM data to swap banners at send time. What do I mean by CRM data? It means that, let's say I know people on my list are interested in let's take a beauty brand. Let's say I am interested in skincare. Well, my wife may be interested in hair care, right? So I may get in my email, here's a sale on skincare, where she will get an email, here's a sale on hair care, all from one email. I push one button and the CRM says, this one is skincare interested, this one's not. This one's hair care interested. And if there's no data on there for anyone, it'll just show a generic one. And you can use AI to generate the copy, the designs, everything for specific segments, and not every person gets the same email. Before AI, you were using a one size fits all design, and that led to bottlenecks, right? You were design bottlenecks, wasting time, trying to get things done. Now you can use AI to generate the copy creative all for you at the send time, right? Personalized creatives are now happening. Dynamic options are now happening. Fewer bottlenecks, personalized content, improved clicks and conversions. Remember, that's our KPI. More clicks, more conversions by using dynamic designs in your email with AI. How do you do it within Klaviyo or within OmniSend? Very simple. You just have to get the data from the customer. What am I most interested in buying? What have they bought in the past? Tag them, create a tag, says, are they interested in this product or hair care? Yes, you get a Y. Are you interested in skincare? Y. Send the email out. One person, you say, if they have a Y in this category, they show this creative. If they have a Y in the other category, show this creative. Sounds simple, but it's actually not. It's a little more time intensive, but if you get it right one time, you will see a ton of clicks and conversions. That's how you use AI and CRM data to power your program. Another tip, we're almost at the tail end here. Another tip right here that I found really great success with was AI generated video. You can boost e-commerce LTV, lifetime value, with personalized videos. This is a really cool tool from Maverick that if you film a video of yourself saying, let's say, thank you so much for your purchase, we're excited to get it out to you, AI will allow you to personalize the name to the person who bought at scale. So using your data from your CRM, from your Klaviyo, from your Shopify, you send it over to Maverick in real time. They change your name, they change the words coming out of your mouth, and make a really personalized email from their video. This is next generation AI. This is what people are using right now to increase clicks on their post-purchase journey, increase clicks in cart abandon, increase conversions from cart abandon, all because you're using AI to generate a better experience within the inbox. You can actually create this. This is real stuff. This is the way we are right now. And you can see when you do a test run, and I get nothing from this. This is just a freebie. I just love geeking out on this stuff. You can actually go to Maverick. I think it's Maverick.ai maybe. Go to Maverick and type in your first name, type in your email address. It will send you a video personalized to your first name, right? At scale. Imagine doing this for 1,000 customers of yours and talk directly to them. That would be pretty cool. So this is a great application of AI generated video to increase the clicks and conversions. That's our KPI, clicks and conversions from AI. That's a lot. We dove into about 9 tactics you can use with AI in your email and SMS program, okay? And again, it goes way beyond copy or ChatGPT, stuff like that, way beyond. We're now talking about segmentation, personalization, better conversion rates, better affinity segments, predictive, a lot deeper than just using ChatGPT to write copy. That's not enough. Go deeper. So now we're going to recap all of these and create a campaign from scratch, right? You can do this for your own brand, write it all down, and let's create one driven by AI top to bottom. So let's start number one. Number one, we're going to build out the right message for the right person. Build out segmented and personalization campaigns with your avatar, right? Number one, find out who we're sending to. We're going to use ChatGPT to create a customer avatar for this campaign, okay? That will lead to a better identification of who we're sending to, fewer sends, more revenue, less volume, more revenue, right? Right person, right message. We're going to create that AI avatar. That's step number one. Step number two, we're going to generate our campaign idea, and then we're going to ask Jasper or ChatGPT to create multiple variations for our subject line, preview text, SMS, testing, right? You can use 10 subject lines. You can also use emotion to get in there too, right? Pull in the emotional generated subject lines into this too, right? Test that out. So we're using Jarvis, Jasper, or ChatGPT to generate campaign ideas and pieces. That's step number two. Now that we have the avatar, we have what we want to say in our email. Next, we're going to create an A/B testing plan. How we create an A/B testing plan? Like we said before, AI generated emotions, or AI generated subject lines, or AI generated body copy of our email. That's our testing. A little more strategic now. You saved a lot of time on the design work. You saved a lot of time on your copywriting work. Let's reinvest that time into strategy. That's how we do it. So now we have a little bit of a testing plan now, powered by AI. Then after we have the bones of our campaign, kind of the idea of what we want to send, then we create 80-20 segments. Who are we sending to, right? Remember our strategy, segmentation first, then personalization. Use machine learning to create affinity groups. We want to create groups that are really targeted, affinity for this product, affinity for this brand, affinity for this category. Find the incremental audiences you didn't have before, the predictive audiences, the ones who are high chance of converting, high chance of clicking, high chance of opening, incremental audiences. And then you create separate touches for every single audience so you can measure the incrementality of it. That's AI from the segmentation point of view. Next, we're done with copy, we're done with the campaign, we're done with our avatar, we're done with our segmentation. Now we're going to go to the actual body of the email, personalization. Okay, using AI, we generate one-to-one recommendations. We use different machine learning algorithms to create dynamic recommendations. You see right here, picked for Isaac. Test different algorithms too. You can say, let's test this algorithm, bestsellers versus this one, new arrivals, or test others. Okay, test different things. Next, we can place kinetic blocks in our email. Now that we have the bones of our email, you place kinetic blocks. Where are they located, right? What are they interested in most? Focus on weather or urgency or limited time sale or even a countdown timer. That's another great example of a kinetic block. Countdown timer, or send something that's related to their CRM. This person has an interest in hair care. Let's make sure the top banner is related to hair care in there. Someone else is related to skincare. Let's put the top banner skincare, all dynamically populated from CRM and AI. That's kinetic blocks. Now we have the customer avatar. We have the right copy and content and creatives. We have the segmentation. We have the personalization. Next, we want to launch at the recommended time. What's the best time? Let's use AI. Let's use machine learning and AI to send time optimization. When is the right time for the California audience? When's the right time for the New York, New Jersey audience? When's the right time that they have a propensity to open or click this email? You can use that send time optimization right there to hit the inbox at the right time. Then, after we're done with the campaign, segmentation and personalization, we can then automate these emails up. The next part of our strategy, automation. You can then automate our life cycles for different buyers, right? Set up, predict risk of churn. Set up a campaign to run to the people who are high risk of high LTV. People are predicted to spend a lot more with us. You can set up to run an automation to anyone who enters these segments, right? If customer has not bought in 90 days, on day 75, we're going to make sure they get an automation that says, don't churn, please don't churn, right? That's AI powered segmentation. You can create that and predict who has a propensity to churn, who has a propensity to be at risk. You can create those automations, okay? And then we're done. Then we've created a fully top-down AI campaign for your business, right? Use AI to create the avatar, use AI to create the copy, the content and design, use AI to find the right segments, use AI and machine learning to create the right personalization within your emails, right? Use AI and machine learning to send at the right time when they're going to actually engage with the email. And then on top of that, you've also automated, so it sends it on itself going forward using predictive, okay? That's how you do it. It was way beyond copyright, way beyond copyright, okay? So this is how you create an AI campaign at scale, and it works extremely well. I'm going to now dive into some examples of why this works really well and what results your brand can expect pretty quickly, okay? Here's a great example of how we use AI for this is a 8-figure brand right here. They were doing the same thing most brands are doing, sending out their campaigns day after day, batch and blast, standard campaigns, 30-day engaged. Sounds familiar, right? They were making about 12% of revenue from email, $112,000 a month from their email program. We came in first month in March, we doubled their revenue because we used this AI strategy among other strategies, but we used AI as part of our 10-figure strategy. They went from $112,000 in revenue to $240,000. After that, 2 months later, they went from $240,000 to $354,000. They grew by 300% in 90 days, all because of AI personalization, segmentation, automation, and multiplication. That's the results you can see from 12% of revenue to 31% in 90 days for a $10 million brand. Grew by $200,000 in 90 days. Imagine what that will do for your business. Another great example, this 9-figure brand went from 47 million to 73 million in 8 months, right? What powered that? Better AI segmentation and personalization. We had a team for copy and design, so we were okay there. But better segmentation and personalization using AI allowed us to identify more people that would convert, more people that would click. Here's the catch. Not the catch, here's the bonus. We actually sent 12% fewer emails. So we reduced our cost and we actually grew revenue by 54%. We're not talking like a few $100s here. We're talking millions of dollars, $25 million gained from this strategy. Orders went from 87,000 to 124,000. Imagine what that does for your business. This again, this is a $2 billion brand, $2 billion retailer right here. Same strategy. This strategy works for 6-figure brands to 10-figure brands. They were generating 6% of revenue from email in December 2021. We implemented our strategy. By the end of next year, they were generating 40% of revenue from email. They went from $10 million to $30 million because of AI segmentation and personalization. Okay, so they jumped really fast and it changed their business. It changed their approach to email and SMS. That's in line for your brand. Using AI, you can do this yourself, right? I'm saying you could do it all by yourself, but using this mindset shift and my strategy and the AI, you can do this yourself. Our strategy works from $1 million to $1 billion e-commerce brands, as you saw before. Tons of case studies and testimonials on that. It really works, and I think this is going to be very helpful for you in 2024 because, again, if you're not implementing it now, you are going to be left behind. The pace of AI is going really fast, really important to jump on it pretty quickly. So let's do a quick recap. I think we're a little bit out of time, a little bit over time, but let's do a quick recap. Let's talk about what we promised, right? So we promised that you would reimagine what AI means to your email marketing. You've learned how to approach the AI onslaught. You've refocused your energies on the best parts of AI. You've seen why machine learning recommendations are the 80-20 of AI. This is not my opinion. This is Harvard Business Review. You've seen why customer centrism is critical to success and why it's super important to do it now, right? We're going to be left behind real soon. Brands are jumping on it and implementing it right away. Talk to NVIDIA, right? They're doing really, really well in their stock. I next have shown you how to unlock the best AI for your business, right? Focus on AI that drives clicks and conversions, not focusing on AI that only saves you time. You want to actually see an impact, clicks and conversions. You can use Jasper and ChatGPT for different versioning of your copy. You've used your ESP algorithms, machine learning algorithms to power your personalization, as well as find your 80-20 segments. And you can also be able to explore additional apps and vendors that I showed you, Kick Dynamic, Persado, Zambula, that will allow you, I dropped a few letters there, that will allow you to level up your AI beyond what most brands are doing. And finally, I've shown you how to build an AI campaign from scratch and double your revenue, right? How to use one campaign idea to generate 7 to 10 content pieces, how to create customer avatar, how to find the perfect segment for your send, personalize the send to every user, and then automate those lifecycle marketing, lifecycle campaigns to take advantage of predicted lifecycle changes. That's how we do it. So promises made, promises kept. This is the best strategy for you to use for AI for your email and SMS program. Now, as I promised you, this is the best time to jump in and start implementing this for your brand. The best brands out there that are moving really fast are the ones that take the learning and the content and implement it right away. So I'm going to give you an offer right now. If you are getting started on our 10-figure email plan, we will also do SMS for free, absolutely free. That's 2 10-figure strategies. My 10-figure email program, my 10-figure SMS program, you will get one of them for free. SMS we will do completely done for you for free. So you can implement this strategy in minutes and days instead of waiting years and years and months just to get momentum. We do it for you as we do for all our clients overnight. We're implementing it right away, right? Within, as you see right here, our clients in general jump about 300% in their first 90 days. 300% in the first 90 days. And we know it works for 9-figure brands, 10-figure brands, all the way down to 5 and 6-figure brands. It works for all of them. So the best time to book is right now. Book my 10-figure email plan. We will do our 10-figure SMS plan for free. 2 channels, 1 price. Here's a great example of the power of implementing it really fast. This is our 8-figure beauty brand, 8-figure family of DTC beauty brands. They started 2024 with SMS and our 10-figure strategies, both email and SMS, up by 1,300%, right? This is them from January, just January alone. They're already still even further for February, but January alone, 1,300% year over year from the way they were doing it in the past. We exploded them from our 10-figure strategies. Now they're up 1,300%. So 100% recommend to jump on it right away. That's, if you want to see growth this year, you got to have a strategy. You got to have a team that knows how to implement it. This is an example. That's the testimonial right there. Yeah, he just saw 1,100% increase, really 1,300% once we measured the full numbers. Scan it to book now. I invite you to scan it. You can watch his video on that page and see exactly what he says. Scan to book your call now. We'll talk about your brand, get to know your brand a little bit more, show you exactly how we implement it. And on that screen, you can actually see a behind the scenes look at how we do an audit. And in his words, this was the best audit he ever saw, best he ever saw. And we blew it out of the water. Most brands, most agencies don't know how to audit the way we audit. So this was a mind-blowing one. And as a result, we unlocked it for him. So scan this QR code, book now, and then you will be able to get our 10-figure email strategy and our 10-figure SMS strategy for free. And as promised, right? When you go to highflyerdigital.com/book, sign up for a free audit, we will give you our entire content library absolutely free. And in that content library also will be included our new AI prompts for your business to create that customer avatar and create a 25 to 50 prompts that help you get your email program going as well within ChatGPT. We can use it in Jarvis too, but I don't know if the prompts work as well there. But we will share with you exactly what prompts we use to get that avatar copy content design. And then the rest is just our 10-figure strategy, which you can learn as well. So we will give that all to you at highflyerdigital.com/book. All yours, completely done for you. You just got to implement it yourself. Highly recommend you let us do it for you though. So that's it. That's our AI for email and SMS webinar. Really thank you for joining. I hope this changed your mindset. I hope this made you rethink how you're approaching AI for your email and SMS program and start thinking beyond just sending emails and actually start realizing that there's a better way to connect with a person behind the inbox. Remember, less talking at your customer, more building a relationship with your customer. And when you do, you'll unlock the true revenue potential from every customer on your list, thereby creating profitable, predictable, and sustainable revenue streams 24/7, 365. Using this strategy, you'll level up to the level of the top 1% of brands and create a better playing field where you'll have better relationships, better customers, higher sales, and grow to the next level. Definitely book that call right now. Get our 10-figure email strategy, get an audit for your 10-figure email strategy, get our 10-figure email SMS, get our 10-figure SMS strategy for free. And best of all, build a better relationship with your list using AI. Super excited to see you on the next webinar. Hope this was helpful. And if you learned a lot and you loved it, leave a review and follow us for more. Super excited to see you on the next one, and best of luck this year. All the best.